Hi guys, what's up and welcome back to the channel. Alright, today, as you see in the title, we're talking about Fahrenheit from the house of Christian Dior, which is the best house for men's cologne, bar none. No house comes near it. And if you want to argue with me, I'll prove you wrong. So don't argue with me, okay? This was released in 1988. I discovered this scent in 1998. I smelled it on some of my friends who were about 10, 12 years older than me. I was about 15, 16 years old at the time when I smelled this. And I asked them, what are you wearing? And they told me. So I ran off to the Rite Aid or a drugstore to go and purchase Fahrenheit. Sprayed it on my skin. I was blown away. This is coming from a kid that wore CK1 in high school and thinking that was a shit back then. When I smelled this, I was amazed. I was just blown away. It reminded me of my dad who used to work in cars. He used to come home with all that gunk in his fingernails, the grease from working on cars. So it just reminded me of a man, me being a teenager, going into manhood. I thought this was my passage into, this was sort of a passage into manhood for me in terms of wearing fragrances. This was the fragrance, you know. When I put this on my skin, I just feel like I'm 10 years older, or I feel like I'm a man. And it was just a beautiful fragrance to wear back then. And the version I wore in the 90s and early 2000s, that gasoline smell was very pungent. It was so pungent. When I remember wearing it in the summer times, it kind of like stifled my breathing a bit. It was hard for me to breathe until that gasoline scent died down after an hour or two. And then it goes into a little bit more floral scent, okay? And then a little bit more leather in the base. But what you get from this is basically that gasoline accord at the top. And then that's coming from the violet leaf. And then you get some floralness. And the leather is always there too. So those are the main thing you're getting from this: violet leaf and leather. There's a gang of notes in here. Okay, let's dive into the composition for Fahrenheit. There is a gang of notes in this one. I'll just list it on the screen for you to read and see. However, what I get from Fahrenheit, like I've said at the start of this video, is a gasoline accord, and that's basically playing on the violet leaf and leather. I think that's giving off that accord. You do get a little bit of woodiness in here from the cedar wood, and just a little bit though, mixed in with the florals in the dry down. But this is not feminine at all, these floral notes you're getting. Okay, and you also get a little bit of nutmeg in there as well, just a tinge. But mostly the main players in here are the violet leaf and leather for Fahrenheit. Okay, classification. This is classified as a woody floral musk. Could also be classified as a woody spicy. Okay, and the concentration for this one is an EDT. Since this is its 30th birthday for Fahrenheit, what I would like to see Monsieur Francois Dimarchi do is to create an eau de parfum version, which is exactly like the EDT, not the La Parfum where you put a little bit of boozy nuances in there. And no, I want the same composition that was created in the 1988, but make it stronger, make the gasoline a lot more pungent, and recreate the bottle as well. Give it a magnetic cap, just to do something special for its 30th birthday. It's a classical fragrance, and whenever I wear this, guys, this doesn't remind me of an old man at all. When I was 16, I thought this thing was brand new. I thought this might have just came out 2 years ago when I first worn it in 1988. This is like Air Force One sneakers, or if you're into shoes, this will be like an Oxford toe cap shoe. is just classical. It will never be out of style. Certain things just last forever, and this is just one of them. Okay, and that's it for the composition for Fahrenheit. Seasons to wear Fahrenheit. This is for any seasons. If you speak to anyone around the world, they'll tell you they know this one and they'll have it in their perfume shop there. You go to Dubai where it's really, really hot and they'll have it there. You go anywhere in the world and you'll find Christian Dior's Fahrenheit. This is for any season. I've worn this any time of year, but I think it's best suited for fall. But this is just one of the best all seasons fragrances out there. You could wear it in extreme heat, extreme cold. That's why it's called Fahrenheit. You could wear this any degrees Fahrenheit, from 0 degrees to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. That's when you're wearing Fahrenheit for any season. End of story. And that's it for the seasons for Fahrenheit. To the ratings for Fahrenheit. For projection, on this current formulation that I have, I'll have to say that projection is average. Just average, unfortunately. This one, you'll smell it, but it's not pungent anymore. It's not going to grab anyone's attention. It's not that powerhouse fragrance anymore. It's still good, but this one isn't going to disturb anyone anymore. You could wear this to the office now. This is quite a safe scent. So projection for Fahrenheit is average. Sillage, I'll have to say it's poor to average as well. This one is not going to leave a scent trail behind anymore like the old version did. So sillage, I'll have to say it's poor to average on me, on my skin, for this current formulation. So there you have it, the projection of sillage for Christian Dior Fahrenheit, a legend. Okay, moving on to longevity. Longevity on this one, I'll have to give it an average. You'll get 6 to 8 hours with Fahrenheit. You'll get 2 hours of strong projection, and then it will sit a little bit more closer to your skin. So yeah, that's it for Fahrenheit, guys. Okay guys, let's talk about the bottle and presentation for Fahrenheit a bit here on the channel. And I'll have to say the bottle is quite nice. I love the design. It's very classical. It goes from the dark to this reddish amber color, and it just reminds me of amber resins on a tree with a little insect in there, so to speak. That's what Fahrenheit bottle reminds me of. Okay, the atomizer in this is very well. You could adjust the sprays. As we all know, Dior atomizers are the best in the fragrance game. Okay, and the packaging is okay. It's pretty standard for this price you're getting. Nothing to complain about. And the value for this fragrance is good. Okay, look around. You get this for a great price. And that is the presentation for Fahrenheit. I have to say the presentation for this is, we'll say it's good. Okay. All right, who is this for? This fragrance is for anyone who's a man. Okay. It doesn't matter if you work in the office or you're doing manual or you're doing some type of blue collar job. It doesn't matter if you're casual dressed, if you're sporty dressed, or you're dressed up formally. This one is just for anyone. This is for any time of day. It could be for the daytime or the nighttime, any occasion, going to church, going to work, going to the grocery store. Okay, not going to the gym. You wouldn't wear this to the gym. Probably this formulation you could wear to the gym now. But this is for special occasions as well. You know, this is pretty much a formal scent. It's just for, I can't see you going wrong wearing this fragrance for any occasion at all. And it's definitely a man's scent. Okay. And right, my overall score for Fahrenheit. Oh, this is tough. All right. Being that it's a legend in the game, I'll have to say this is an excellent fragrance. Okay, even in its current formulation, I still say this is an excellent scent. It's quite amazing. It is quite unique. There's nothing else that smells like it. And I just have so many memories with this scent. So I'll have to give it an excellent. Okay, if someone was supposed to pick this up today and smell this for the first time in their lives, I guarantee you he won't say, oh, this smells old. He'll probably think in his head, this is a modern creation. And for that, I just have to give it an excellent. Okay, like I said before, I want them to recreate an eau de parfum for this one, which brings us back to the 1980s, or when it was created in 1988. And if they do that, oh boy, this will be the scent again. Because right now, at the moment, you don't see too many commercials, or this one doesn't get pushed a lot for Dior anymore. And I think that's too bad, because I believe that this is the fragrance that made the Dior house for men's. That's in my opinion. I could be wrong on that, but I believe that this was a fragrance that made Dior for men cologne. Okay guys, with that being said, that is my review for Fahrenheit. Let me know what you think about it. Do you love this one? Do you hate it? Because it is a love and hate scent. Some guys are just too scared to wear this one, but I guarantee you guys, if you give this a try, you will be like, yo, that guy was right. He knows what he's talking about. So give Fahrenheit a try, guys. This is a man's scent. Go out and buy it. I highly recommend it. Every time before I got in the fragrance game, someone asked me on advice on colognes. This was what I would recommend for them. This was my only scent. I only had 3 to 4 scents in my cologne wardrobe at the time, and this was always in there, and it is still in there for now.